Hi everyone! To extend on my question quickfire activity from last week, I used Padlet to organize my many thoughts. Author Warren Berger talks about the importance of taking a quiet moment and stepping back away from interruption to be able to ask powerful questions. So I grabbed a cup of coffee and I tried to do this. And as I began to do this process, I noticed patterns within my questions. So there are 3 different ways I organize my questions, and I'm going to show you all 3. The first Padlet pattern that I made was inspired by Warren Berger's book, A More Beautiful Question. And it's categorized by why, what, or what if, and how. As you can see, I realized right away I had many questions beginning with how and hardly any questions at the beginning under why or what if. I began to brainstorm and I added some to the mix. So for example, under why, I asked, why isn't there more classrooms like Deborah Meyer created? And what if technology could build social skills? The next Padlet pattern was classified by student, me or teacher, and colleagues, administration, government. This organization shows that many of my questions were based on what I can do as the teacher. I found myself noticing that I was thinking most about what I can do to improve myself as a teaching professional. Under the student label, there was a question that was inspired by one of my instructors that I find myself to be fascinated with. What's the impact of students spending the majority of their free time on YouTube or video games? I noticed this in my classroom the first 2 years of teaching. As a teacher, I find it hard to step back sometimes, and even now, and not look at the teaching world personally. Berger talks about vuja de, or when you look at something familiar and suddenly see it fresh. I tried to keep this in mind as I was going through the process because it can have a profound impact and can open so many doors of inquiries, ideas, and barriers to break. The final Padlet I made was based on overarching themes I noticed. One of the first themes that came out of my pile of questions was technology. A major focus of my powerful connections was related to technology. The second was inquiry, and the third were personal experiences. Technology and inquiry are 2 of the main focuses I have had as a beginning teacher and grad student. Personal experiences emerged as a theme because I found that some of my questions pertained to experiences within my first 2 years of teaching. They include questions about the types of students I have had, the culture at my school, and challenges I have had to face as a new teacher. And finally, I'm going to show you the final 4 questions that I have that I feel are at the top of my list. Why isn't there more classrooms like Deborah Meyer created? What's the impact of students spending the majority of their free time on YouTube or video games? How can I inspire creativity, imagination, and inquiry while also meeting deadlines and standards? How can I better support students with anxiety and depression in my classroom? And how can technology build social skills? These questions are going to lead me to answers to improve myself and others and hopefully have more understanding.